Gold Squad TV. Now, I was just chilling, minding my own business. And salute Joe Budden, man. I love the podcast. Always been a big fan of the Joe Budden podcast. Part of the inspiration for why I'm pushing hard on what I'm doing. So this is just an opinion or factual opinion. This is nothing against Joe. Matter of fact, me saying what I'm going to say has nothing to do with Joe Budden. Been a big fan since the mid-2000s, Joe. So this has nothing to do with him personally or even Rory. No, I'm not the biggest Rory fan. I don't think he's bad. I think some of his opinions I don't be really rocking with, but Maul. The reason why I'm mentioning his name, Maul, he has said some stupid shit over the years. And I've, as a sports fan, don't really take his opinion seriously. But he said the dumbest shit I think I've ever heard anyone ever say in regards to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, we all know Giannis doesn't have a jump shot yet. Probably never will. Doesn't really have a consistent jump shot. They're comparing him to Luka. And Luka Doncic is only in his third year in the league. And Luka's a completely different player to Giannis. I think anybody with a brain, anybody with a mind would know that those two players do not play the same position. Giannis has 7 years in the NBA on Luka. Now, Luka has played professional prior to the NBA. He's been playing since he was 13 years old, being that he's from overseas. Still doesn't change the fact that that's not NBA experience. Nevertheless, he's an incredible talent. I'm not knocking Luka. Big fan of Luka. This dude's take on Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks was the most trash take I've ever heard anybody say. To sit there and say that he just doesn't know how to play basketball yet. He's athletic, but doesn't know how to play basketball yet. We're talking about a 2-time league MVP. Let me just say that again. I want everybody to hear me. Everybody need to hear me on this. This ain't got nothing to do with Joe. Ain't got nothing to do with Rory Parks. I salute. This dude, the dude that paints his dang nails and acts all self-righteous on the show, always acts like he's too cool for everybody. He's too cool for school. Mr. Rockefeller had this nerve to sit there and say a 2-time league MVP doesn't know how to play basketball on his 7th season in the league. You can sit there and say, if you want to sit there and say Giannis is not better than Luka, although you're wrong at this moment, if that's your prerogative, I can't really hate on you for that. For this man to go on a national podcast, a world leading podcast, and yes, I understand these guys are not sports experts. Joe has said this many times that do not take their sports opinions seriously. And I salute Joe. And like I said, I'm not taking any shots at Mr. Budden or Rory for that matter, or Parks. This is by far the dumbest statement I've ever heard anybody with any type of sense of sports knowledge. This is a man, now mind you, let me give you background on Maul. Outside of his brother being the man who's one of the people who started Rockefeller, Maul has relationships with basketball players such as Trevor Ariza, J.R. Smith, etc. This man has watched basketball for Lord knows how long. For this man, a dude that's never played professional basketball or even collegiate basketball, to sit there and say Giannis Antetokounmpo, a two-time league MVP and one-time defensive player of the year, does not know how to play basketball, that is the dumbest statement I've ever heard any human ever utter. He might not have a jump shot. I give you that. He might not be able to break you down the way maybe a James Harden would be able to break you down. But that's not his game. It's never been his game. I've said this time and time again. That's not Giannis's game. The idea that Giannis is being compared to Luka is ridiculous to me. Two different players. It sounds like the little kid that picks up a Fleer basketball card and thinks Felton Spencer is better than, I don't know, I think Felton Spencer is better than Chris Dudley with his boys with the Fleer cards back in the days. This is the dumbest statement. I literally almost was dozed off and almost asleep. And it's like the record stopped playing in my head. This man literally said Giannis doesn't know how to play basketball yet. Now, I want y'all to understand this. I ain't doing this for no clout or no nothing. I don't even care about if I get a view on this. This is the dumbest statement. You heard it from me, the Gold Squad General. The dumbest statement known to man. I've heard some dumb basketball statements. This is a boneheadedly dumb statement. Y'all need to go and let him know how stupid he sounds. This is the dumbest statement for anybody that knows basketball in any type of sense. That's just an opinion with no type of facts backing it. Okay, just because he doesn't know how to break somebody down off the dribble or shoot a three consistently or shoot a fadeaway every now and then doesn't mean he doesn't know how to play basketball. You don't win 2 MVPs in a league and win a defensive player of the year without knowing how to play basketball. Hell, the man put 40 on LeBron a bunch of times. Although LeBron won the majority of the matchups. You're not going to tell LeBron James or tell anybody with a sense of knowing basketball that Giannis Antetokounmpo does not know how to play basketball. Somebody needs to get drug tested. Maybe the nail polish this cat was wearing early in the year is really getting to his brain. Mr. Stylist over here, Mr. I'm too cool for school. Because I've never liked this dude, to be honest with you. The only reason I even watch the podcast is because he has a couple jokes every now and then that might be funny. But Joe and Rory and Parks are the ones that carry the damn podcast. This dude is the most non-cool dude there is. Because he tries so hard to show that he's cool. He's so cool. I'm so cool sitting on a stool. And then says some stupid shit like that. That is the dumbest statement known to man. You cannot be serious on how dumb that statement is. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Maybe I don't take anything that's said on this podcast seriously other than what Joe's podcast advice, which I respect and I salute. But this is by far the dumbest shit probably ever said in mankind, in humankind, when it comes to sports. You can rewind. Listen, I'll even give you the episode. Clout is not currency. You go find that episode if you want to watch. It just came out today. If you really think this dude knows his sport, and yes, it's at 150, maybe at 149, 150 of the clip into the 1 minute. 1 hour and 50 minutes into the show, 149, 150, where he says this utterly dumb shit. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard a fan ever say about anything. Period. It's just dumb. It's dumb. Why not just not say shit at all? Like, if you don't like Giannis, I'm not here to defend Giannis like I'm the biggest Giannis fan. But if you don't like Giannis, you don't like what he does, don't even. What's the point of you saying that? You really gonna sit there and say that with a straight face, Maul, Mr. Molly Maul? You really gonna say that with a straight face? He's the kid. When you're talking like Giannis is like super duper young, Giannis is like damn near almost 27, 28 years old. Yes, he's super young in basketball in human years. Basketball years, he's got a good 7 or 8 seasons in him. I think you might want to go and put some respect on that man's name. The dude's got 2 MVPs and 1 Defensive Player of the Year. He might not be a champion yet, but you might want to put some respect on that man's name. Go Squad TV. Leave your comments down below. Peace.